All right, everybody, welcome to Division 10C preview. This is going over the Rail Division 10C season. Um, this is Volpus and Colton, and I do have a co-host with me, Shabshin. Shabshin, go ahead and say hi to everyone.
Hello, everyone. I'm really happy to be here today and to be able to recap your division this year. For this season, should I say?
Yeah, it's fantastic. This is going to be an interesting setup. What we have with 10C is it is one of the rookie divisions. However, one twist on it is that of the currently 8 teams that have accepted their tickets, they have all participated with the Greenhorn. So a little bit of development throughout the teams, which will be kind of an interesting way to start off. And like I said, at the moment, we currently have 8 of the 10 teams accepted their tickets. So we'll see as the season go on if we have some ramp up coaches that enter. But yeah, so we can go ahead and get started here. I think the first thing I'd like to do is kind of talk a little bit about ourselves, so you know exactly who your host for this division is. So this is, like I said previously, this is Volpus and Colta. This is going to be my second season within Rebbl. Last season I was in the 9E division. I was in the rookie division. I played as Lizards. I ended up getting second place. Pretty good team. I had a block, Croxagore, etc. I had a pretty good record. This is good. I ended up getting losing my last game to Morley and his undead team, and it knocked me out of the playoffs. But it was a fun season. This year, I wanted to play with a team that has I think a little bit more of a chance to stand up in the long term of the Rebbl grind. And so this year I've re-rolled into a Chaos Dwarf team, and I'll be playing in Division 10D. So I am going to be right there with everyone here. That's with these rookie divisions, I'll be going through the grind as well. But although it's a little bit different story for Chopsu, right? You're a veteran of Rebbl.
Well, veteran, it will only be my third season in Rebel. Um, I've been started to play a bit under a year ago here in Rebel. I've chosen my favorite race, Chaos, of course, and I managed to get into playoffs last season, which I lost in the second round against the only two-time winner of the Super Bowl, Arnie Cricket. And this season, I'm actually in Division 3, which got only 2 tickets, so it's gonna be a hard run to get back into playoffs.
Yeah, no doubt. And you play with a pretty stout Chaos team at the moment. So as a time of this recording, you got your first win today, which is good.
Yep, I was playing against High Elves. High Elves, yeah, right. It was actually the first time I was facing High Elves with this team, because last season we had no elves in my division, and this season I have 5 of them. So it's not gonna be an easy road ahead, but I got a few pieces with Mighty Blow and Tackle, so I should be able to do a bit of damage to those bloody elves.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So how long have you been playing Blood Bowl?
Um, I started playing Blood Bowl about a year and a half ago in January 2017. It's actually my uncle who told me to buy the game because Blood Bowl 2 was on sale on Steam, and I decided to give it a go. And I've really been hooked into the game since then. And I've been playing a lot in the past months and the past year, and I'm really enjoying the game.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I think the best part about Blood Bowl is really the community itself. It's kind of a unique community of where there's not it's not a huge community by any means, but still everyone there is a really helpful. They like to play the game. A lot of people have fun with it, even with how frustrating of a game this Blood Bowl can be. There's this such an awesome community around it. It makes it a lot of fun to interact and be in leagues such as Rebel.
Yeah, that's for sure. In Rebel, everyone is just so willing to do the little thing more to make the league interesting and just bring more people. I think we have 70 new coaches only this season, so I think that's a good. It shows how Rebel is like and how it got good reputation.
Yeah, it's incredible, and
So
I think another thing that's really cool about it is just interacting with individuals with similar interests around the world. I'm stationed, in America here. I know Chop City, you're currently in Canada, but I've talked to people from Wales, from England, from Germany, from Italy, from Australia. It's incredible. It's really cool to try to get to know all these people. And Rebel's a worldwide league, so it's awesome trying to go up against some of the best coaches in the world. And it's starting to become that to where a lot of the best coaches want to be part of this league if they can, and so that's exciting.
Yeah, that's for sure. We've seen many of the known streamers like Andy Davo, Jimmy Fantastic just coming to Rebels in the last season, and they've been impressed by how good the league is, and they've decided to stay. So yeah, I think Rebel is a really nice league, and I hope that all the new coaches in our division will stick for a while.
No doubt, and always want to give a shout out to the two top admins with Meadow and Herringslord. They put so much effort to make the league what it is, which is fantastic. And I know they have so many other people that help into, like we said previously, just make this community and this league in particular so awesome and badass to work with. So cool. I mean, before we start diving into the teams, I know y'all are eager. I will say that for me myself, I started playing Blood Bowl all the way back in Blood Bowl 1, believe it or not, but I just played.
That's a long time
It was a
ago.
long time ago. So I was randomly in this video game store and I saw the cover, and I've always been like real into like fantastical games. I like football, like American football as well, and so I was like, what the hell is this? So I grabbed it, and it was nothing like I was really expecting. But I just played against the AI. I was like, I think I played on an Xbox at the time, but it was a lot of fun and it intrigued me, and so I hadn't played it again until just October of this past year. I once the Legendary Edition came out with all the races, it kind of intrigued me again, and so I started hopping on, looking into the leagues. I was like, wow, I can't believe there's so many people that play online. I hadn't really played competitively to that point, so just playing competitively since October, but been familiar with the game for quite a time.
Yeah, a lot of people in our division seem to have a bit of experience into Blood Bowl. None of them seem to be totally new, so I think it's we're gonna have a good division in front of ourselves.
All right, Chubb. So first team up that we're going to be diving into is going to be the Squeaky Blinders, and that is Rando Maximus is the coach. Um,
Randall Maximus is actually an older Rebel coach. It's not his first season in Rebel. He was actually in my division last season in Division 6. He was playing a bunch of ogres, which he actually got a stun the Chop champion, I think, 2 seasons ago for his play with ogres. And after a hard division, because Division 6 was really bashy last season, he actually decided to reroll and join the Greenhorn, and he actually lost most of his games. He's 0-1-3,
right, and so
which is a bit surprising.
we didn't go through and actually look at all these games, but yeah, a little surprising that we have a veteran coach go 0-1-3. But as with the Greenhorn, we know the goal isn't exactly to win all of your matches, but to really just develop your team.
It is, and he's got some nice SPP if you look at it.
Sure, yeah, I got it pulled up
Around
here.
50 SPP, I think. Yeah, so it's really good, and he's got some nice levels already on important players. So
Yeah, the doubles on the gutter runner, straight with two heads. This guy already becomes a potential project for either a ball sacker, maybe you get wrestle tackle, or maybe you try to make this guy your one turn threat as well. So already awesome to see the double on the gutter runner.
yep, he also took a chore, which is not something we always see on Skavens, especially on high TV Skavens. But I guess since he just started to have the sure hands is always nice. Get the free reroll on the pickups.
Yeah, yeah. I think early Skaven, I think it's fine. He looks like he already has four SPP on him, which is it looks like he's trying to get a little development within him. But I think that's fine. No Rat Ogre we can see on the team, so I think we can expect a little bit more attrition within the Line Rats. Looks like he might have gotten an MVP and some SPP on the Line Rats, which is a little unfortunate, but we might see him go the route of maybe some wrestle, maybe some dirty player within the Line Rats, try to even out that attrition himself.
Yep, that's more than possible, and he's also got a bench already 12 players on the team. So this team is actually looking pretty good for the season. I think this
Agreed.
he's got the potential to go pretty far.
Agreed. Yeah, I already got Mighty Blow and the Storm Vermin, so as we'll dive into, you'll see that maybe that'd be coming handy on some more teams. But the three rerolls, the Apo, Yeah, that's awesome. I think this guy should be geared up and ready to go for the season start.
Yep. Even with the loss in the Greenhorn, he's really set for the start of the season. All right, shall we move to the second team?
Sure, yeah, go ahead and lead us off.
Second team is another Skaven team, which is Rats against Teen Stars from Rizzlestorm. Um, Rizzlestorm is a new Rebbl player. He's been playing Blood Bowl for about a year, and his favorite team is actually Skaven as well. So we see he's sticking to his guns for the Rebbl, taking this seriously and wanting to win games. Um, when we look at his team, he's got a pretty nice developed team as well. A lot of SPP on the gutter runners, which is pretty good. And he also already got a kick, which can help for those small, so those short kicks. Sorry. And yeah, I think his team is looking pretty good as well. And he went undefeated in the Green Horde, 3-1-0.
Yeah,
So another
yeah,
potential good coach here.
looks good. I think this guy's going to be one of the favorites going into the season, just based on his Greenhorn success and just the early development of his team as well.
Yeah, and he wants his goal. His goal for the season is not only development. He wants to get into playoffs. It's his goal. He said it, and I think he's got a team for it. Or actually, the start of the small development he can get at the start is looking good.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, so some really good development on the gutters already. He already has two blodge, one wrestle dodge. It looks like he might be just MNG for the first game of the season. Just want to confirm that. Yeah, smashed hand with the MNG. But and already the fourth gutter has 4 of 6, so he could be leveling up the next game. He also went with a thrower, less SPP on the thrower. It's fine. And it looks like this Billow Shields, the Lino, might have taken a couple MVPs out of his hands, which was
Let's
unfortunate.
see. He got one MVP
One
and two
MVP.
casualties.
Oh
So
wow,
yeah, this
okay.
guy is dangerous. Two casualties.
Watch out for Billow Shields, fellas.
Oh
You
yeah.
heard it here first. Um, he also has Mighty Blow in the Storm Vermin, which is a good start. No SPP on the second Storm Vermin, so you might want to see that start developing. You really want to hit that double with the Storm Vermin to make them get that Claw Mighty Blow to make sure that you start really being able to compete with the high armor teams as well.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what Storm can do in the season, since with his nice Greenhorn record, and he's got a nice team. And he also told me that he was an untiltable player. So quote me on it, quote him on it, and just try and make him tilt this season.
That's good insight. All right, so the next team we have here is going to be an Elven Union team, and coached by Pimple Jams. The team is a few Henri Onanis. Now, all right, so I don't. I'm not sure. I might be pronouncing Henri wrong. That's how I was taught, but I think it might also be ornery. So a few ornery Onanis. How do you pronounce that, Shopshu?
I would say ornery, but oh, it's
Ornery.
weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll have to ask Pimple Jams
I'm
when we
probably I'm
bring him on cast.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna butcher a lot of people's names here. All right, so let's dive into the team here. So first thing that we see within the Greenhorn is that he has 1 win, 3 draws, no losses. So pretty good success in the Greenhorn right away.
Yeah, it's pretty good, especially as pro elves. You're not that strong at the start. You're lacking a bit of skills, especially on the catchers. He only went sorry with one catcher to go with 4 rerolls, which is a bit surprising because I think the pro elves do their best players are actually the catchers. Um, I'm expecting him to get some more pretty quickly,
Yeah,
but
I,
we
I,
will
I
see
would
how
agree with
that
that
goes.
for the most part. So I do agree that the catchers are some of the best players on the Pro Elves team. However, the what I think is the most advantage that Pro Elves have, and I play as Pro Elves on the Global Tactics League, is that the 60,000 linemen is really should take your advantage on. So the catchers are nice. Their stat line, the 8 movement, 3 strength, obviously 4 agility is incredible. But they don't start off with dodge. So it takes a little bit of development for them to really get up to speed, and I think you really need to take advantage of those cheap, relatively cheap linemen, especially for elves. Not all elves have cheap linemen like
Yeah,
that. So ideally, as pro elves, you try to min max as much as possible. There's especially compared to other elves, you don't have that much advantage over other elves. Your AV7, except for your blitzers, but
I mean the blitzers and the catchers really are what
yeah,
make pro elves good.
yeah,
Uh,
it's
Once you give dodge to those blitzers, they're so hard to deal with, and the
yeah,
catchers are just incredible with nerves of steel right off the bat.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt. It running four catchers though, I think that's tough to do. I think your TV goes up really high.
Yeah, especially at the
Um,
start.
yeah, especially at the
I
start.
think I think it's unfortunate for him that most of his SPP seems to be focused on his linemen, because he's got a
Yeah,
bunch of SPP, but all on linemen and not as much on blitzers as you would hope to.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
think he's got a pretty good development in front of him. Um, he's
yeah.
actually a new coach to Rebbl as well, but he's been playing Blood Bowl for 16 years, so we've got quite the experienced coach here in this division.
Uh,
Um,
yeah, that's fantastic. And he's another coach who was potentially leaning towards Skaven. He says he's a big fan of Skaven. Really, he likes the high mobility, high agility teams. He says he likes playing with three players on the field. So, well, I guess he chose a pretty good team to do that with because,
yeah, I think we can expect some crazy plays coming out from him once in a while.
yeah,
I'm eager to see those.
yeah. And I think the guard on the catcher is awesome. Having a high mobility guard like that is really good. It's just like I said, you really want to get Blodge on these catchers as soon as possible, and you're looking at getting what maybe 32 SPP before you have Blodge on that catcher. So as awesome as it is to get the double in the first level up, it does make him a more of a project player. And with
Yeah, and
guard,
he's gonna get focused
yeah,
so
yeah,
badly.
exactly. And with guard, you're going to want him to be making contact with players, and that also means of potentially getting hit back at some point. So I think if he could, if Pimple Jams can actually make this, he can make this work if he does really well with his positioning. This piece could be incredible, but it's going to be a bit of a project. I think that's kind of the case with this team here, with only 4 total SPP on the blitzers. I think Pimple Jam should really kind of look at this season as a development season, and if he starts winning, that's all the more to it. But I think really with pro elves, it takes a while for them to kind of hit their stride. So nobody starts off with dodge. Really, the blitzers with the block sidestep's nice, but it's going to take a little bit for them to get ramped up.
Yeah, you need dodge. You need dodge before they really start getting annoying.
Right, and one thing that
I
he's
agree
helped
there.
with that is that he has 14 rerolls, which is a little high. Makes his TV high. I think he has one of the higher TVs starting off the season, but I guess that helps alleviate the non-dodge a little bit. So maybe once he starts getting some dodge and some of those built-in rerolls, he can drop that fourth one into 3, or maybe this guy likes to roll the 4 throughout. So it would be interesting to
Yeah,
see
but
how his team
with
develops.
4 rerolls, he really can do some crazy plays or try crazy plays without fearing to burn the rerolls.
Well, you see with
So
his
yeah,
yeah his throwers got accurate, so it looks like he might like to throw the ball. So something to keep an eye
yeah,
on.
should be definitely fun to watch him play. All right, let's move to the next team.
All right, so kicks off
The
show
next
show.
team is another Elven team. This time it's High Elf, um, coached by Choax, which is actually one of my good friends. He's actually someone I brought into Rebbl a few weeks ago to play in the clan league. He's part of my clan, and he's been playing. It's his first season in Rebbl because I don't count clan as a season. Um, he's been playing Blood Bowl for about 18 months as well, a year and a half. We've been playing in a lot of leagues together, and now he's into Rebbl. Um, he's got a pretty nice developed teams already, 2 dodges and 1 mighty blow. It's looking good. It's going to be a development season, of course, for him because high elves are really are probably the weakest elven team at the start, but his team is not bad at all.
Yeah, a couple key developments. He has a Blodge Blitzer. The Mighty Blue Blitzer on Dumbledore is fantastic. Like that's really what makes some elf team
put him over the top is once they get that mighty blow. Looks like he's already experienced some attrition in the Greenhorn. Looks like he has 9 players at the moment, and
He's been losing a lot of linemen due to bad injuries, but I mean linemen are pretty cheap,
sure.
so
So it looks like he might be starting off with 3 loners the first game. Only 10K in the bank, 2 rerolls. It's going to be a rough start for him. It's going to be tough for him to get things going. But is this a leader that he has? So yeah, he has leader. So he will.
yeah, he has leader. So
Yeah.
he told me not to mention it, but I'm still gonna mention the leader because it's an horrible skill as the first skill on the catch on the drawer. Yeah, I think accurate would have been much better, but well, he said if whenever he dies, his drawer dies, and he makes another one, he's gonna take accurate first. But the third
You know,
reroll is useful at the start,
yeah, it
so
is. That's what I was thinking. Like maybe leader isn't the worst thing in the world when someone only has 10K in the bank and they're already down 2 players and they're gonna have 3 loners starting off the season. So I can see as for a short term player, I think Gandalf's gonna be all right with the leader because
yeah.
eventually he's gonna want to get that third reroll. But yeah, so I think this is another team that I'm curious to see how they develop over the season and see exactly where they try to focus their SPP on it. I think it'll be tough for them to come out on top in the division at the end of the year, but I think they have a chance here to be really good, especially with the mighty Bull Blitzer. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I think especially with a lot of agility teams in the division, it will be easier for him to just level up and hopefully not suffer too much attrition. So yeah, I think Chaos is in a pretty decent spot to develop his team. If not, like I don't think he will get into playoffs, not with high elves on his first season, but he can get some nice development. I think yeah, I just call him Chaos usually because that's what because of the Chaos team, the Chaos race. He just asked to call him Hawk. So I think yeah, or Chaos Hawk. So it's yeah, whatever. We can ask him what he prefers when he gets on cast as well. All right, I'm gonna introduce the next team.
Sure, yeah. So we have Atomics here, the Rowdy Rebel Rousers. It is a Nurgle team. So, looking at how they did in the Greenhorn, 1-1, not bad for Nurgle. It's always really tough to get them off and going. Taking a peek at their team here, they have 2 rerolls. I know be a pretty high priority to get that third reroll. Typically, it's those are expensive rerolls too, so only 20K in the bank might be more of a long-term project. Looking at his warriors, he looks like he has 5 SPP, really close to getting Horny Cricket over the top. It does have Block Mighty Blow, which is fantastic. Only 4 games, and Sandoon already has 16 SPP. That guy's
Yeah, this Nurgle warrior is awesome. Only
yeah,
15 SPP away
yeah.
from Claw and then becoming a real danger to everybody in this
Yeah,
division.
no doubt. That guy's an MVP on the team so far. We have Ornan as well, the press score with block only 2 away from getting his second level up. He will most likely be the primary ball carrier as the only Pestigore on the team, but that's okay. I mean, once again, Nurgle's such a long-term project. You're really not seeing them hit their stride until 2000 TV. You're going to want to get those Pestigores. You're going to want to get those rerolls. You're going to want to get those level ups on the Nurgle Warriors, but a pretty good start so far.
Yeah, it's looking good. I like the block on the Pestigore, which makes he's really close to a level as well. So on the double, he's probably gonna want to take dodge, otherwise just sure hands, just to make him a ball carrier. And then Sendune is a really nice piece. He's gonna blitz with every turn, and 5 SPP on Ornate Griffith is pretty good as well. Um,
Yeah, it's fantastic. Looking at the
I'm
Rotters,
gonna. Yep, go on.
sorry to interrupt you, Shoshi, but looking at the Rotters, look like one has 5 SPP, a couple 2 SPPs. I'm curious what you think here with the team that only has 2 block. Your first Rotter level up, do you think you might get an additional block, or you might want to go the dirty player route? Where do you think you should
Nah,
go?
you go with dirty player. I think Rotters are just gonna get. I mean, against a Nurgle team, especially early, you really want to focus the rudders because they're agility 3. So if you manage to get them out the pitch, then you bring the Pistigor down, and there's nothing the Nurgle can do about the ball. And the rudders are so easy to take off because of decay. So yeah, I'll probably take Dirty Player and just fall anything that goes on the ground if I was Atomics.
Yeah, it looks like he does not have a bench at the moment, so there's always going to be that inherent risk with the foul itself. But yeah, I mean, I think we're seeing another team here that's looking at a long-term development, trying to build up that cash, get that re-roll, get some of those positionals on the field to kind of complete his team.
Yeah, especially as Nurgle, you're not expecting much as in your first season.
Yeah. So Atomics, please be patient as you go through this season. Plus, you're facing off a lot of teams, some Skaven, some Elves that are just gonna be inherently better stat lines, better beginning skills. It's gonna be a tough season for him, but I'm looking forward to see how his team develops.
Yeah, me too. Just want to say a bit of information about Atomics for his fellow coaches in his division. He's a returning Blood Bowl Rebbl coach. Sorry, he played into a fresh division last season with Goblins just to get used to the league, and he decided to re-roll into Nurgle to try and get some bit more of development in the bashy teams. He's been playing Blood Bowl for about 6 months, but he's got tons of hours, and so I'm looking forward to see how this training has gone for him. And yeah, I think that's it. He plays a pretty aggressive defense, so I'm looking forward to see his defense style.
Oh, great! Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, so yeah, well, I'm excited to see some of his teams. I think one shout out here. I like the kit on the teams, the all white with some red. I like the logo as well. So it's cool. It's about as good looking as a nasty Nurgle team can look.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, next
All
up
right.
we have Grendel and the safety hazards. You want to go ahead and talk a little bit about Grendel here?
Yeah, Grendel is actually playing Underworld team. He played 4 games in the Greenhorn. He didn't get that much development, but not many levels, I mean, but he's got a bit of SPP, and he's got the nice Skaven Blitzer with Mighty Blow already, and only 3 SPP away from Claw. So this player is going to be really, really dangerous. I mean, I expect Inflammable to get a bunch of SPP this season with his blitzes.
Yeah, I mean, Skaven Blitzers are one of the best players in the game. So this natural mutation access. This guy already starts off with Mighty Blow, 3 SPP away from potentially getting Claw or Pile on. Inflammable is gonna cause a lot of pain in this division.
Yep, I agree. I think it's going to be very dangerous. He didn't get many wins in the Greenhorn, but who cares, right? As long as you get the SPP. Um, Greenhorn is actually Grindle. Sorry, is going to be playing his first season in Rebbl. He started playing the game in Chaos Edition, and he's been playing on and off for 5 years. So yeah, I think he's going to be having a development season mostly, especially with Underworld. And I mean, who knows? Underworld are actually not so bad early, even if they can get a few mutations on their goblins and other players. So I'm looking forward to see what he's gonna do.
No doubt, and I think my favorite part about Grendel is when he was asked, "What is your greatest Blood Bowl moment?" He said, "Getting blitzed 4 times by Wood Elves in one match. Definitely didn't win the game, but sure was memorable." So I think that's
Yeah,
fantastic.
that's something. I mean, if you get blitz 4 times by elves in a single the game, I think my computer would go through the window, and I would never be playing Blood Bowl again.
So yeah, so credit him coming back into Blood Bowl and playing again. I think one thing that's interesting is about going through all of these coaches is that yeah, I mean it's a bunch of rookie teams, some first time players within Rebbl, but it seems like there's a lot of the coaches have some extensive experience with Blood Bowl itself. So I think this is
Yeah,
gonna be a pretty competitive division.
it should be pretty fun to watch, especially between those who are try-harding to win their games and get into playoffs, and the ones that only want to get some SPP on their players, play for development, kill as many players as possible. I think it's going to be pretty good.
Yep, and I don't expect a lot of tackle to be prevalent. within this first season. So
No,
his
I
goblins might be
agree.
annoying. Yeah. So
Yep.
he could actually do some damage here, and he has already a 2-man bench, 3 rerolls, 150k in the bank. Looks like he's ready to go. Maybe just get some development on his troll, maybe another blitzer with the throwers, and this guy could be a force to be reckoned with.
Yep, I agree. I think he's got some decent chances, especially against Skaven, if he decides to give tackle to his Skate Blitzer instead of Claw. I think it's gonna be pretty interesting what he can do with those.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
We'll see.
All right, next up we have the coach. Our name is Legion, the Mork Smashers, very appropriately named orc team. Uh, via the Greenhorn, this man went 1-2-1. Looking at his team, some pretty good development on a couple of his blitzers. The Rock already has Mighty Blow, one away from getting another level up. That might be Pile On, it might be
I
Tackle.
would probably take Pylon if I were him.
I,
Tackle would be pretty useful
I think,
as well,
yeah,
especially against all the small Skavens and Goblins there is around. It
yep,
depends. I think it mostly depends on his schedule.
yeah,
Um,
agreed. I think
if
he
he
should
if
look
he
at
plays
those.
the agility team, if he plays agility team, he really wants tackle. Otherwise, I would go piling on and just hope he gets tackled quickly enough to play them.
Yep. Yeah. Agreed. Looks like unfortunately for the first game he is going to have one black orc down, which will be a little tough. But man, looks like not a lot of development on the black orcs. It is just so tough to get them SPP throughout the
Yeah,
season.
it's not very surprising though because of the agility 2 and 4 movement. They're so hard to get SPP on.
Yep. Yep. But if you can get a couple levels on them, block and guard on a black orc, all of a sudden they become pretty dang good.
Yeah, they
So
become
just
awesome really fast.
yeah. He has elected to take a thrower. Looks like it's probably going to be the primary ball carrier. Already has 12 SPP. It's got block on him. One downfall is only the 5 movement on your carrier, but he does have sure hands, so he can help you with those. The built-in reroll helps, and if you are meticulous down the field, I think that the 5 movement shouldn't be an issue.
And as all orcs team in Revel with a Tror, he should be rolling strength up in the first few levels.
I have noticed that. Is
Because
that a rebel thing? The strength
yeah, it's
four
a Revel
throwers.
thing. All orc Trors get strength 4, so I guess our name is Legion can expect a strength plus with
Yeah.
his Tror soon.
That's fantastic. And I think when you look at orc teams, some of their best players might be linemen. Honestly, the AV9 lineman in itself is fantastic. Movement 5 isn't terrible. And if they can become either a dirty player, they might be some of the best dirty players in the game. Just the 9 AV just makes them so tough to knock them out of the game, and yeah, they can be really good. And if you ever get lucky to get a strength up on one, then all of a sudden you have a better black orc. So I think the linemen aren't talked about enough on orcs teams.
Yeah, I think the Black Orcs are some of the best linemen available in the game. 5-9 AV for 50k is exceptional.
Right? Yeah,
You
they're
just
so
put them on
cheap
the
too.
line, and yeah, I think I agree. If you can get a bit of development, just get block and then something else.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
yeah, no
I'm
doubt.
looking forward to see what the York team can do if he gets a few tackle against all the agility
Agreed.
in the division.
I
And our nameless Legion is actually gonna try and get a playoff spot. I think he can do it, especially with orcs. Orcs are pretty good early, and he's got some good experience in Rebel as well. He's been playing from the rookie league into Division 5 last season. So yeah, I think we're gonna see some good things from our name is Legion.
Yeah, it looked like he might have been to the at least the semifinals at the very least within the Rebel Rookie League. So this guy's already seen some success playing Blood Bowl. He's only been playing for about 1.5 years, but he's coming in with a pretty good team starting off, and I think it matches up well with the majority of the other teams within the division. So I would put this guy probably up there within my predictions on where they're going to fall within or at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think that's probable. Let's move to our last team, our eighth team actually. But we're missing 2 teams. So the Torture Club is actually our last team, also coached by one of my friends, Truck, which is also part of my clan. He's playing Nurgle, a disgusting Nurgle team with 2 Pesticores with 4 agility.
My God.
Yeah, and I need to put something straight right away. If he decides to play a passing game with those Pestigores and get catch or pass, I am going to bounty every single one of his Pestigores.
Hey, doesn't Metal have the greatest passing Nurgle team of all time? I think he had an Agility 5 Pestigore that just ran rampant and passed all over the place.
That maybe he got a Pestigore with 5 agility, but my greatest fear is to see one of the Pestigores roll doubles and see them take something like catch or diving catch instead of dodge.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying.
And that is really Truck's style, so I'm really fearful because those players are so beautiful. They can be such great players. I don't want them to get catch or something like that.
Hey, so we'll have to watch out for that. Watch out to maybe the beginning of some 10C memes that's gonna be coming out of the level ups of these Pestigores.
Sorry,
I said
you.
it's a good chance you could be seeing some memes coming out of this team.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, Truck is a bit of a Gengar himself, which he likes falling way too much. So you can imagine a falling team with some pass play from Nurgle. Yeah, I think people are not ready for Truck in this division.
I think
They're
he's
gonna
one of
be
the
left
high.
wondering what happened.
I think he's one of the higher team values. Only 2 rerolls, 20k. So eventually he's gonna want to get that third
I
reroll.
mean, yeah, the agility odds will do this to you.
Yeah, that's gonna help. Not a lot of development on the Warriors or Nurgle. He does have one that's Dr. Holiday, just one SPP
Yeah.
away.
He's got 9 SPP, which it's not too bad since they're so hard to level up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Dr. Holiday is only 1 casualty away to get block or mighty blow, so it's
Yeah.
not too bad.
So I once again as with all Nurgle teams, it's going to be struggle in the first season. I think we can expect that. It helps with the agility 4. He already has 2 Pestigores, which is fantastic. And compared to the other Nurgle team within the league, he has the same logo, similar kits as well. So maybe you have a rivalry brewing. I think that'd be interesting to compare the 2 Nurgle teams throughout the season and seeing which one comes out on top.
It's gonna be pretty funny to see their game when it's gonna be so hard to know which players is which belongs to which coach. It's gonna be a handful. Wow.
I'm predicting a 0-0 draw.
Nah, I would already predict that we'll see a pass from Truck into that game that will allow him to score or something. I can just feel it.
All right, so that covers for the most part the 8 teams that have accepted their tickets. What we have seen is that there are 2 admin teams here, one from Miss Days and one from Luminous. These are bye-week teams, is how we're going to be approaching them. So if you see that you're facing one of these 2 admin teams, you will be getting a bye during the week. And how buys work is that once the division is rolled, whoever the admin of the division is, which will be determined here shortly, they will go through and you can see within the Discord channel, there's a bye-week dice haul. And they're going to be rolling to see who gets the MVPs, who gets the touchdowns. And so I believe what it is, Shamshu, is 2 MVPs and 2 touchdowns, correct? For a bye?
No, it's 2 touchdown and 1 MVP.
2 touchdowns, 1 MVP. Okay, so I got that
Yeah,
right.
I think they might not get any bye weeks though, depending if the players actually come back,
Okay.
if they actually accept their tickets. And there's also a few teams in the ramp up division or late entries that could actually be jumped into the division, so people don't have buys because
Sure.
nobody likes bye weeks.
Sure.
So yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see
agreed.
what happens with that.
With that's why the ramp up was put in place. With most rookie divisions, you're going to see teams drop out. You're going to see some players that aren't going to be committed throughout the season, or some players that have to drop out for some in real life reasons. So that's kind of part of it. These rookie leagues. There's only one playoff spot. I would say realistically, there's maybe only 3 or 4 of these teams are going to be have a chance actually to grab that top playoff spot. So this is really, I think this is going to be
a once you're going through the season, you definitely want to focus on development and really try to go for the long term goal of winning Rebbl in the future seasons. And a lot of these teams outside the two, we have the two Skavens and the Orc team. Other than that, every single other team on here, every single other race is built for the long haul. So it's
Yep.
it's I think the development of your players throughout the season is going to be of the utmost importance. And if you come across a few losses in a row, try not to be discouraged and keep at it. And like I said, there could be a couple teams that come in throughout the season. It could be some revolving doors. We'll be sure to cover those teams and do a little preview of those coaches as well. Try to get them in, have them answer some of the questions, and get them on the cast as well.
Yeah, I think that's a good explanation of how the bye weeks and the new teams are going to be set up. I'd like to hear you on which of these 8 teams you think is going to take the playoff ticket for this season.
All right, so prediction time. So
Yeah, prediction times.
my prediction is I think Rats against Teen Stars and Rousal Storm is going to be the team that takes it. I think they've already started off so well with their development. They've proven to have success within the Greenhorn. It's a coach that is pretty experienced within Blood Bowl itself. I would be shocked if they're not the ones that are on the top at the end of the season.
I mean, that's a good choice. I cannot disagree with your arguments. But I think I'm going to go with Our Name is Legion and Morg Smash with the org team. I really like their development. He's got a really nice blitzer, and he already got a tackle. So I think these guys could actually destroy the Skavens once they play one against the other. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Orcs,
Yeah,
and we can see throughout the season which one of us is actually, if one of us is actually good at predictions.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And it's not a bad choice. This is the one bash team that has the actual chance to get the quick skills to compete against the more high agility teams with the tackle and the blitzers. So the rest of the bash teams with the Underworld and the Nurgles, it's going to take a little bit for them to get tackle. So I think they're better suited to win the division. So I think it's a good choice.
Yep. Was there anything else you wanted to bring up onto this cast?
I think that's it. I think we've covered it. If you want, we can dive into the first week schedule if you want. Maybe give some first week predictions.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's like we said, there's R2 tickets out there still pending on exceptions, so hopefully that happens quick. But there could be potential to buy games here.
Yep. So there's only 3 games we can check out then.
I think another thing to note before we dive into this is with a division of 10 teams on a 13-week schedule, is that what we see is after the first 9 games where everyone has played each other at least once, there's going to be a Swiss-style tournament set up for the remaining 4 games. So, we don't know who your admin is at the moment. Once we figure that out, he'll be able to give you some additional details around what that might look like. But you do have a shorter schedule compared to the larger divisions, but there will be a 4-game Swiss at the end of it.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's important to know that you're not gonna be playing only 9 games compared to everyone else. You will have your 13 games of development. So the last 4 games are gonna see the top of the schedule play against one another. So it's gonna be important to keep winning until the end of the season.
All right, and so we will go ahead and wrap up our first preview with going over the first week's predictions. All right, so the first one we have up is going to be the Orc team over the admin team. So there's a bye. So we'll have to wait on that to see if that gets a ticket accepted. But so we will expect the Orc to, in the meantime, get the first win. Next up, we have the Safety Hazards against the Torture Club. So that is going to be the Underworld versus Truck's Nurgle team.
Yeah, I think I need to give. I mean, it's hard because I think Nurgle have the skill, not the skills, but players to deal with Underworld because they really have the strength advantage. And the beast, if you manage to put the beast on some goblins, the goblins are going to have some trouble getting away. But at the same time, the blitzers from the Skaven can actually do some damage with Mighty Blow on the runners. So I think it's pretty even. It's a pretty even matchup. But I think the Underworld team is gonna bring that one home.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on this one. I think it's going to be those goblins are going to be really annoying. I think the Nurgle's not going to have a lot of success in knocking them down. They're going to be able to provide assists. They're going to be able to potentially foul individuals. I think. I mean, we're not going to really expect the Underworld to pass much. So I don't think disturbing presence or is going to be that much of a factor. So I think the Underworld team is going to be set up for success in this one.
I think that's a good description of it.
All right. Next up, we do have the Rowdy Rebel Rousers up against another admin team. So once again, we'll kind of keep this on hold to see
Yeah,
exactly
not
where
much
that
to say
goes.
about this one.
Next one we have up is going to be the famous Lizards versus the Squeaky Blinders. So this is going to be Rando Maximus's Skaven versus the Hawks High Elf team. So a couple high flyers here. It looks like the Skaven team should have um, a decent TV advantage. Let me see. The High Elves Linos are 70k each. So actually, I think it'll just be a pretty similar TV value though, because I believe Hawk is going
Yeah,
to
it's
have
good. Yeah, the
30
TV
flyers.
is gonna be the TV is gonna be pretty equal.
Yeah.
I think we need. I think I need to give that one to Skaven. I don't see how high elves can actually compete with
Yeah.
the gutter the Skavens right
Yeah.
now, unless the mighty blow just pops off and just starts picking up the gutter runners left and right.
Yeah, I mean that's really your one advantage as high elves over this game is going to be your armor value. So if you can get some key removals early in the game, even if it's just the linos, just getting some removals, starting into where the you can start getting some free blitzes on the gutters. I think that is going to be key for the high elves to win. But I'm with you on this one as well, as I think the Skaven's going to come out on top.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Not much else to say about it. The team's TV right now. And the last match of the game of the week is actually going to be a few ornery, unhonest, and rats against Teen Stars, which is Skaven against Alban Union. Um, what's your prediction for this one?
I gotta go with the team that I said was gonna win it all, and I think that's Razzlestorm's Rats against Teen Stars. I think they're set up to win. I think the Elven Union team is going to be hurting with some dodge. I think they're not quite there to develop as developed as the Rats are this game. So I would expect Razzlestorm to come in on top.
Hmm. As much as I would like to back up the Pro Elves here, I don't think they have what they need. There's one gutter is out, but still, I don't think it's gonna make a difference enough. No tackle to deal with the two bludger gutter runners. So yeah, I think Razelstorm got this game.
All right, so we're all lined up with the predictions. So what I want to see is the teams we chose against to not only win, but make sure they rub it in our face when they do win as well. So
Yeah, that will be good. Yeah, one last thing actually I would like to ask people in the division, when you play your games and you see some nice plays, or just very good games you'd like us to recap, just let us know. Because I will be taking some time to watch games and just make some recaps myself of games that are already played if I cannot live stream them. So yeah, just let us know when you see some nice plays.
yeah, no doubt, and we'll be doing our due diligence and looking at some replays and trying to catch them ourselves. But yeah, if anything awesome, some crazy 6+ plays happen, please let us know. We want to get it on the recap. We want to get in front of everyone else. And yeah, let us know when your games are played. We could try to live stream some of these games as well, time willing. Fantastic. All right, Shubshu. Anything
All right.
else before we let it go?
No, I think that's all for me. Just I hope you guys enjoyed that first recap, and that you'll be back next week for some more recap action.
Yeah, no doubt. And we'll be better next week. This is our first time doing this, so it'll get better as the season goes on. So appreciate y'all's patience. And yeah, thank you everyone for their time. Until next time.